What's going on, guys? This is 6C, and today I have a whole different video that, man, I don't even know how to start this video, to be honest. Man, let me just start from the start, from the beginning. Today I was just fooling around, I was at work as usual, and in my time off, as you can say, I was surfing around, and someone linked me to this thread on Reddit, as you guys can see here, which says here, what are your thoughts on Rean as a character? And there was a particular comment that this guy did by the name of Balerian E. He said, this is what he said. He said, I'm rather disappointed by the sheer amount of incessant hate that is spewed on Rean's Sorcerer and by extension the so-called Steel Arc by the so-called fans. And when you click this link, it's going to take you to this collage, basically showing apparently all the hate that the community is doing basically to the Cold Steel Arc series, I guess you can say. I'm in this collage, believe it or not. This dude took a screenshot out of context and added me here, and it's like I said, sample of hate. And believe it or not, some of you guys that commented on my last video are also in the screenshot. Believe it or not, this dude, just to push up an agenda that we all haters because we have a different opinion of Rean, because Rean is obviously the best, the most in-depth character, the most in-depth MC in the whole series, apparently. According to this guy opinion here. I don't want to read the whole thing. I want to address particularly this collage that this guy did. Now, let me say a couple of things before I start breaking this thing down, because first and foremost, there's a lot of hate on this. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of hate shit on this. There's a lot of racist, but I'm not gonna go over those. I'm just gonna skip those, right? I did not know that the franchise is kind of getting big in the West. I did not know that in 4chan people discuss this game. I didn't know. I don't go to 4chan. I didn't know people talk about this game on 4chan. This is new to me. There's also some 4chan stuff here. Like I said, there's a lot of hate here, but there are just a lot of valid input from people from the people that this guy to put on this collage. Besides myself here, but let's just go over it. So I save it and I put it here so we can. This is what the title of this collage it says. Sen no Kiseki, a few sample of the hate. So all of these are a sample of hate. So it says here, I've been more excited if not for the school uniform. Okay, this is like in 2012. I don't know for how long this guy's been saving screenshot, but this guy, this guy's a new one. But anyway, what does this guy says? Spoiler kinda. This guy also did not like the characters in Cold Steel, and this guy brings a lot of good argument. Sky had a lot of memorable characters, most being really unique. Almost to the opposite time, which is why the main character in Cold Steel feels so bland to me, especially guys and Million and Lauda. I try not to just too much into the end of the first game, but those outdated anime tropes were so cringy, it really didn't help my case. Yes, guys, I'm gonna point this out right now. I never gave you my opinion on Cold Steel 1 and 2, but I'm gonna give it to you briefly here as I go through this. Cold Steel 1 Cold Steel 1 is, in my opinion, and Cold Steel 1 and 2 are in the bottom list of the Cold Steel Saga for me. They are the worst Kiseki games. I'm just gonna be honest. They are not. They have too many anime tropes and the bad writing. There's a lot of bad stuff with Cold Steel that it didn't have against the predecessors. Against Trust in the Sky, Second Shot, and Third Shot. But let's keep going with this because there's a lot of good stuff in here, not just hate stuff. The character's writing. This is what this guy said. I have a question about, does the character writing get better? I'm about halfway through the first game. Every single character seems like their personality was picked by a random anime trope generator. I really enjoyed the gameplay and the direction the plot is going, but holy smoke, this character are easy to read through and make it easy to assume plot points about them before they even happen. Yes, you see this a lot in Cold Steel, and this is a valid argument. This is not just a hate comment, but this guy just decided to put it here because Josh is better than Lane Swartz in every way possible. That is true. I have to be honest. Started to think it's pointing honestly. Will you take this guy in any other his prefer insert? I said that before as well. Now this is actually government here. It's mind-blowing how this was written by the same person as Sky. I don't even know how you go from writing a protagonist like Stell to Rean. Also, I have to say I played 100 JRPG. I can think of an intro more terrible than this one. You introduced far too many characters at once. Yes, this is actually true and a valid argument of Cold Steel, the Cold Steel arc. Those are flash forward at the beginning, which is crap and tells you almost nothing. It's basically one generic brilliant situation after another, alongside some pattern to make matters worse. Even after that, the game is slow, and while I probably say the characters are better defined than personas, they still are intriguing enough to carry the game, as the plot is almost non-essential for a good while. Another good input. Hard to really fully judge without playing the full trilogy, but as the first impression, it doesn't make me want to play more. Yes! If you guys did not notice, when I was doing the Cold Steel 2 walkthrough, I stopped uploading. Like, I was uploading like in the beginning of January. I think this is last year, beginning of January. And I stopped like literally uploading for like months. I was going through some stuff personally, but the game just did not appeal to me. Cold Steel 2 is the worst Kiseki game, no doubt. For the reasons that this guy is saying here and a couple others. Now, let's keep it going. Joshua might not be a strong Rean, but he's a lot better character than Rean, a lot better than Rean as a character. Rean is just another kid to clone. He's overpowered. He have a harem, yet his character is bland with zero development. This is true. Can want to guys to kick Rean's ass. I don't know how this is hate. I really don't. So this is the good part. This is some good part here. So here, this is people on Twitter playing the game. This is actually Reason. The 3rd July 2018. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen so many people say that Trails in the this is like, this guy did some like horrible, said Trail in the best story. I think he meant that Trails in the Sky is one of the best story one of the best story, and it's fascinating characters, so fresh and different. Yeah, this guy has just a terrible grammar. I played like 4 hours of Cold Steel, and it was just a bunch of genetic anime stereotype. Okay, that's actually not hate, but you know, that's just his opinion. I played 30 hours of Cold Steel and feel exactly the same. Everyone insists it's a slow build, but man, it was just loaded with tropes. These two guys, you guys can tell that these two guys haven't played Trails in the Sky. They started playing Cold Steel, and one of the biggest things that I want everybody to start doing, well, I can't really control you guys, is to have people play Trails in the Sky first, because Trails in the Sky is a overall much better game than Cold Steel 1 and 2. Cold Steel suffers a lot from the anime stripes, and people don't like that, man. That is the main issue that I have with the Cold Steel arc, the waifu selection. You know, we don't need that we don't need to copy Persona. You know, that just does not fit for the franchise. Now let's keep it going. As you guys can see here, this is, before I go to this is comments that I know, because this is coming from my last video. But let's go over here on top. It says here, this is Kylie is such a bad character. Wants to gently careless her brother, and then you see this picture here. I think that's his profile. I'm not sure. This is probably a forum. I'm not really sure. The other highlight, you know, they're also a lot better than the first two Cold Steel 2. I agree on this. Now, this is actually, this guy decided to go to my last video. I don't know if this guy watches me, but this guy decided to go to my last video and take a screenshot, basically, of people not agreeing with Kondo's decision that he's his favorite character. This guy says, you know, Kondo's favorite character is Rean. I cannot believe it, but each to the own. But Rean is such a boring ass character, though. I will go back on these comments later once I go over mine, which is on the bottom of this thing. Cold Steel is just trash, just admit it. You know, kill all the, yeah, this is garbage. This is toss. We're not going over that. I have no idea from where this comes from, but we're gonna skip it. All right. This is from 4Shots. We're gonna skip that. Usually it's just kind of hate. Now this guy, Jason Square, I know this guy. This guy's from Kotaku. He's one of the most reporter. He's a reporter basically, and he's not a reporter. He's a journalist. He's one of the best journalists that the gaming community knows. And he says here, he's on these posters too, to believe it. This is what he says. Yeah, Rean is a snooze, especially compared to Stell, who might be one of the best RPG protagonists in history. Hopefully he gets more interested in Cold Steel 2. I'm pretty sure he was let down. I'll tell you right now, Rean does not get any better on Cold Steel 2, unfortunately. So he was probably let down on that. This is from 2016 too, but the dude decided to put it here, you know, because he's an important figure, and he's in his opinion, in quotation mark, hating on Cold Steel. But whatever. Oh, this is where Kosio will benefit if Rean watches not a thing. Yeah, he fair enough, at least you can understand it. Now this is my comment. This is what I said on my last video. I was replying, as you can tell, I agree with everything you said, and to add to it, I was replying to someone, but he decides that he's gonna take that screenshot because it fits his agenda on me hating the game. You know, so let me just open where he got that comment from. So this is my last video, you know, this is the one I uploaded September 1st, you know, my last video, literally my last video. This guy watches me for sure. This is one of the comments here that he took out of context. Where is it? Now I cannot even find it. This is one of them. You know, and this guy, one of you guys said this was unexpected checkmate. He should add this too on the collage as well. Honestly, dude. Now, this is Sleepy comment. You know, Sleepy has said before why he disliked Rean, and he also explained himself further why he disliked Rean. You know, he explains it here, and then he explains it more deeply here, which I like those comments. You know, he explains, you know, why he doesn't like Rean. But he did decide to take, and then I agree with it. He's saying here, you know, the writing of Kosio is just not up to par with Trolls in the Sky. It just isn't, guys. We just gotta keep it real here. It isn't. And yeah, this is basically it. The dude was just taking my comment, my comment out of context, just to add to this collage here of hate, apparently in quotation mark, because not everything is hate here. There's some good arguments here. You know, there's some good points. So let's read this. This one is actually good as well. This is a rant. Basically, this post was on Reddit. And I finished it. So, Steven had some problem, but then it was cool that he pointed me on so many levels. The characters are still pretty lame. Often, at least someone wins. Despite it being lame myself, the war so far is really lame. There's no real strategy or anything. This is the biggest argument of course you two. I will go back to this one. I see no burning town, no dead citizen, but I'm extremely stupid and trivializes everything. I hope that I will have to travel across the country on the cover search for my friends, but no, I can just teleport with my multi-robot, sure. Said robot also conveniently rescues us whenever we're in pickle. And then there's the fan service. Every female just has to be a sex object. I want to find one on characters like Cheris and Sarah since they are the female fatales. But why does everyone have to be sexualized? He's talking about the waifu system, basically. This is just the waifu system. Nobody likes the waifu system. Why are Million, the little evil girl, half naked? Why is Million bottom emphasize every time she's an aircraft? What did this turn into the studio? But again, these are valid point, guys. You know, and you see the same thing also in Kosio 3, but nah, I feel like not as much. But moving on. There are things I like in the game. I like being able to fly everywhere. The battle system is probably my favorite. Any RPG is fantastic as always, but it's so hard to ignore all those issues. It's just me or the others are feeling this way. And this guy said, this is what happened when you take the Mori item as improvisation. Blind Gary's to pretending gets all the woman to lust after her. Felt like a slightly flashy B-rate video game. Nothing happens plot-wise. I know people say it's set up the game, that it's a slow burn, but I'm a slow burn kind of fan. And this game left me at the end thinking, if this had happened 20 hours ago, it would have been great. Felt like a little bit of a rip-off. After playing Trolls in the Sky, I feel like Kosio is somewhat mediocre. Kosio 1 is okay, but Kosio 2 is trash. I seriously hope Kosio 3 gets better. It does get better for you guy or whoever you are and you're waiting for Kosio 3. This guy took also comment from the Discord. This is from Discord Reddit. Not Reddit, thread. Discord, on the Discord Falcon thread basically. And you know, just people complaining that Green is a Gary Stu, that every girl wants him, you know, the waifu, actually this is not the waifu situation, this is more of a, how the game is written, you know, every girl wants to be with Rean. The game is written like that, unfortunately. This is not just the waifu situation. Oliver asks me what he wants to do. This is actually government right here. And Rean literally said he wants to do what he can, a meaningless tautology. It was bad enough to have a character such crying line, but it was downright unbearable when it was that line that persuaded Oliver to get away an immensely powerful and important airship, both in practical terms and symbolic terms. This is a good argument, which might have been tolerated. You know, he left a general or the qualified person in charge, but no, Rean gets a total and unsupervised authority simply because he authored one of the worst, most violent cases of bottom tier. This is a good argument. I still don't understand how they get Rean a whole airship to paddle, you know, to fucking navigate by himself, you know? It's so unrealistic, you know, in terms of, you know, it's just unrealistic, you know? Bad writing. Rean was easily the weakest character. He felt like a fanfic character. Fair enough. Most of the cost you spend with them moving one blow to only to right in an instant provide Rean with constant circle jerking. By the time you reach this point, they no longer have clashing personalities in any way. This is true, and interact only with the power of friendship. I can't even imagine a single time in the entire of the first two games where Rean has a natural argument with any other character. Instead, they just complement each other constantly. Another good point. I think this is because they try too hard to put the player in Rean's shoes by making him relatable. Bland, yeah, and they didn't want to risk ever insulting the player. Now, I haven't played Collage 3 yet, but so far the guy has literally no flaws at all. It's just so grossly unhuman to me. Even with the other character, it feels like any flaw they do have are just part of the anime trope or more cutesy than anything, really. Mechas and Jutsu has nice difference in style of arrogance going, but that can be stomped out so fast that now they just feel like the same character with two different colors. This is a good argument. This is good. Guys also never says anything bad or disagree with anyone ever. As a result, it really feels like the entire story will change right off if we went there. I'm laughing because this is so accurate, man. I couldn't agree more with what this guy's saying. I think this whole idea of character art is silly. Each character is just relevant when you visit their hometown or meet a member of their family, and then after that, this is show back the research of friendship love. Trolls in the Sky didn't do this. There was a constant interaction between characters that really highlighted the difference in philosophies in every situation, and that was amazing. I feel like they're trying too hard to sell characters that as amazing fathers, waifus, and BFF, but rather than actual development with different outlooks on life. This is fucking good, man. Everything that he says here is legit about Cold Steel, the Cold Steel Saga. You know, the first and the second one. I don't want to talk about the third one just yet, even though I played it in Japanese. I haven't played it in English. This is it right here. What this guy said is the biggest one of the biggest flaws in the Cold Steel 1 and 2. Let's keep it going. The world building in Cold Steel compared to Sky. First of all, I want to say Cold Steel is just not a bad game. In fact, it's good enough. But when it compared to the Sky series, it's just not there. Exactly. This is the point I want to bring about Cold Steel. Cold Steel is not the worst JRPG game, but it's just not up to par to Trolls in the Sky. I think that's the main point of this video I want to do with you guys. That it's just Cold Steel does not deliver. It does not deliver. There was a lot of good stuff in this Collage. He took a lot of stuff that was like out of context, like my comment, and probably a lot of fortune stuff. Most of the fortune stuff is just straight toxic though. But I did not know that, you know, people hated this game so much. Legit, it's just complete hate. To wrap it up in my own opinion, what do I think of Cold Steel 1 and Cold Steel 2? I do label Cold Steel 1 and 2 as the bottom tiers of the Kiseki franchises. I'm playing Zero no Kiseki right now. I'm playing a fan translation, and I'm having more fun playing that than I ever did playing Cold Steel. I have to be honest, guys. The dialogue, the situation, the plot is much better on Zero. When it comes to Cold Steel, you either don't like the game or you do like the game. You know, there's no in between when it comes to Cold Steel. Alright guys, I'm gonna end this video right here. I know I ranted too much. I kind of want to give my opinions on Cold Steel 1 and 2. Like I said, the game is just not bad, but when you compare it to its predecessors, it's just not good. It's not there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm sorry that I had to like do one final rant of the Cold Steel Saga, but I kind of want to address this is a clusterfuck basically, but I kind of want to address it since, you know, I knew that the community is growing. It's like growing every day, but Jesus Christ, this is like it's unbelievable just how diverse the community is with Cold Steel, and it's for good reasons, you know. It's for good reasons. I'll see you guys on the next video. Something's coming out soon in terms of new wise, and yeah, the comments are fantastic. Gotcha.